Let's talk about my best tips to get your yard ready for winter. Stick with me. Hi, I'm Darlene Humphreys. I've been driving around town seeing people out working in their yards, diligently getting their yard ready for winter. So let's talk about my best tips to get your yard ready. If you have in-ground sprinklers, now is the time to be getting those lines cleared out. There's probably not going to be any more watering going on. So get those lines blowed out and go through your maintenance routine on your sprinkler system so you don't have any bad surprises in the spring. And if you're still using your hose for various things, be sure to drain it before you store it again. We've had some freezing temperatures. Those ice will form in your hoses and split them, so be sure to drain your hoses before you store them. And speaking of storage, now's the time to go through your outdoor equipment that you use, your mowers and your tillers and stuff. Now is the time to drain those fuel lines and be sure to do any maintenance that you like to do before you store them for the winter. And be sure to check your chainsaw. I will never skip this step. After last winter when I needed my chainsaw in February, be sure to make sure that the chain is sharp, that it will run for you. And now is a good time to go and check your snowblower, your snow thrower to see if it's going to run. You would rather probably work on it at 60 degrees and sunny outside rather than 20 and a couple inches of snow on the ground and it's cold and blustery. Now is the time to check your snowblower and your outdoor snow equipment to see if it's going to run for you. And another tip is get your leaves up. A lot of people like to leave their leaves on the ground all winter so the compost will seep into the soil, but that also forms a layer of thatch, which is thick organic material, which prevents water and nutrients getting down into the soil. And then you either have to use a chemical dethatcher or a machine to get the thatch out of the lawn so it looks beautiful. And so now is the time to get your leaves up and either compost them or bag them and put them in the garbage. And another thing, if you still have things in your garden, now is the time to get them out. I've been pressing my luck with this as well, and I've got some tomatoes and peppers out there, but I'm going to get them out soon. Now is the time to do it. And then pull the plants, get any ground cover that you have out in your garden up, the hoses and all that sort of thing, and store it for the winter. And speaking of storing it for the winter, if you have your pots that you leave outside, I have pots that I leave outside because I've got things that come back every year, and last winter they all broke. So if you have stuff that you leave outside just because you don't bring it in, now might be the time to either clean them out and store them or do some process so there isn't such an opportunity for the rain and moisture to get in there and then get a long hard freeze that breaks your pots. And my final tip for the winterizing your yard is take a walk around. I walked around my yard earlier and I found some weeds that I need to tend to, some dead branches and bushes, and now's the time to get that all taken care of so you don't have to deal with it in the spring and you have less chores and a beautiful canvas to start your spring gardening. Thanks for joining me.